I never wanted to be depicted on a video online stuffing food like I do into my face. I think that I see myself as disgusting, and other people are like, this is amazing. I'm like, is it? I started to receive weird messages from weird people. If I'm going to have to experience this, all of you are going to experience this with me, and we're going to do this together. What about their mental health? They should have thought about that before sending me a message. I get some major performance anxiety.
Yeah, but does that not affect your eating? Because I actually feel physically sick before I fight. I'm like, I could throw up. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen in a challenge?
I'll tell you.
We are at Champion Combat Centre, and I'm your co-host, Charlie Moose, just like you, trying to find out how people get to the top of their game. And with me on this journey, the man that is so big time that he uses my own car as his personal bin. It's Tom Aspinall,
Mate,
everyone.
Under the bus again. He likes doing it every time, this. But we've got Leah Shutkever on the podcast today. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thanks
Go on,
for
give it a
coming.
clap.
Let's give
Come
a
on.
clap. Let's give a
Go,
clap.
get the clap in.
Let's give a clap.
What's your thoughts on that, first of all? My car, I'm driving, obviously passenger princess here, and he puts rubbish literally all over my car.
Do you
and walks
take
out.
the rubbish away with you?
I didn't this one time. No respect there. Should have been done. I was in a rush.
You will never be forgiven.
No.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you. I've already got Leah on my side. But you've come up from, I think you might be one of our furthest travelled guests. We can only get the north, but we're going big time.
Grace
Birmingham.
from Bristol.
Oh, sorry, Grace.
From Bristol.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
That's pretty far.
You're teetering on the Midlanders, but I appreciated to be the
I was
first.
going to say thank you for travelling up.
No, it's my pleasure.
Appreciate
Absolutely. Yeah.
How are we introducing you as a professional eater? Is that the best way to do it? Just give a idea to our audience. What?
I don't know how I'd describe myself. I'm a competitive eater. I guess that's my professional label title. But I'm a Guinness World Record. I'm very proud breaker of many Guinness World Record titles.
How many?
I have 40.
That's
40.
ridiculous. Can you tell us them?
Top 10.
Yeah, give us top 10. That's
Top
good.
10, the first one that I broke, the fastest time to eat a Terry's chocolate orange.
What was that?
Which is from boxed, 57 seconds.
So the unboxing's part of it.
It's on.
Right, yeah.
All part of it. Eating a hot dog with no hands. And that is literally like standing a hot dog up in the bun on a table and just eating it as quickly as possible. Obviously, no drink. I've done so many. Fastest time to eat a burrito. The fastest time to eat 3 pickled
The burrito
eggs.
I've seen on
I've
YouTube.
seen the burrito as
38
well, yeah.
seconds.
32 seconds.
Oh, sorry, 32.
32. It's very controversial, actually, and I will tell the story. The burrito record I broke many years ago, and I was asked by an Italian TV show for Guinness World Records to break it again. I said, not sure this is possible. I did do my best, and I don't know if I'm better than my best. And I broke it by milliseconds. Like, I literally broke it by the tiny little margin. And then last year, I believe at some point, Mickey Sudo, that's an American competitive eater, broke my record, but it's up in the air whether it was legitimate or not, because the rules that I had to abide by, they allowed her to not abide by. And so a lot of my audience are saying, doesn't count, you still hold it.
Wow. It's mad.
I've got an outrageous amount of questions, to be honest.
Please ask.
When did you realise I can eat more than the average child?
In competition with my brother.
Right.
I have an older brother. We both played rugby. We were both very competitive with one another. And I feel like we've always kind of been pitted against each other by my parents. And I think being a younger sister, I just feel like you're always kind of chasing like strength and agility and like just trying to, I don't know, I was a bit of a tomboy, to be honest. But dinner time was always fun. My mum was a chef and she's a feeder, and she would do family style meals at the table at home, and it would be eat quick or don't eat, because between my dad and my brother, they are big eaters.
So just the four of you then, just at the table, but you're all sort of going up against each other.
It felt like it every single time. It was like a grudge match at dinner time.
Wow.
That's when I knew. That's when I found out.
It's interesting though that obviously your mum's a chef, and that kind of environment was. I saw as well that you're going in a different direction there with your degree.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like my life has gone. Nothing's been linear. I studied architecture, and I have a degree in architecture, and I worked in architecture, but running alongside that, I got into bodybuilding quite young. I was 21. So during the same time, I'm kind of in a competitive mindset with bodybuilding and competing in that kind of realm. And my degree was always going to be my career, my life outside of fitness, because that was literally my hobby and not my career. And everything compounded, and I don't exactly know what happened and when. It was just like a series of events that led me here, but wouldn't change any of it.
Yeah, because for anyone that's listening and don't follow your channels and stuff, you're not like you're definitely very athletic, but you'd expect, well, I would expect like a big eater to be like fat. And you're not, you have like no fat on you at all.
I just figured that the more I can go through life with people not knowing what I do for a living, as opposed to them going, I know what you do. You look like a competitive eater to me. That would be my life one right there.
So what's your like day-to-day diet?
Very bland, very boring.
So you're eating like you want to be in shape, basically?
Yes, right, I'm eating like you would if I didn't do this for a living.
Okay.
To try and keep my calories down. If I know I've got a food challenge coming up, I'm fasting on the run up to that. I'm considering everything that I'm doing in order to put myself in the best place. And that does include the intermittent fasting, the working out. And people often think that you work out to kind of negate what you're doing in your like career. But I work out because I work out. It just so happens that I'm a competitive eater and it all plays together.
So you fasted right now?
Yeah, I'm fasted right now.
Obviously, no one knows this who's watching or listening. We are going to do a food challenge after this.
Yes,
I'm fully expecting to lose. So how long do you fast for before doing your food challenges?
Anything between 12 and 24 hours. Okay. That's for both physical and mindset. I think if you go in hungry, you tend to perform better.
Really?
Oh, big time.
Do you not feel like sometimes if I've not eaten, I feel like I get full quicker? Is that not a thing?
I just think about it as real estate because I'm not normal, right? So I don't think I have normal like hunger and fullness cues as any normal person would. And I completely own the fact that I'm not normal. Like I get it that I just don't have those. So I just go in with like as much real estate as I possibly can to do a better job.
Is that scientific though? Because that sounds so much more mindset. Is that actually a thing around the sort of eating?
A lot of it is mindset. I do know there's a chemical that is released when you eat food to signify when you're full. And I don't think that I have that.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to ask both of you because obviously we've not really ever spoke about you have like a very kind of bland day-to-day diet when you're training for a fight. How hard is that like in that aspect and how long have you been doing it for as well?
Well, I've been an athlete now for, well, not a professional athlete, but I've been living like an athlete since I was 18. I'm 33, so however long that is. But for me, it's pretty easy psychologically because my meals just gear up my sessions, really. It's like as long as I'm eating, I'm not bothered. Yeah. I just don't like being hungry. So I'm like a big guy. I'm like 6'5", 115, 120 kilos. I just got to eat regular. That's my thing. But
people are obsessed with it. Honestly, though, they're the best performing videos that we do on YouTube is what Tom eats in a day.
People are obsessed.
And it's so boring. It is so boring.
Because we do it every day.
It's just
day in, day out.
Yeah, it's just boring.
People want to see a day in the life of me. I assure you don't. No, you don't. It's boring.
So when did you realise you were like, this is something, this is maybe, I know you said you can't really pin that point, but like, was there a moment maybe career changing where you thought, I could do this professionally and this could be...
People told me. Since the beginning of time, I think that other people have seen things in me I never saw in myself. And I've just always been the person fortunate enough to be able to take opportunities as they've come to me. And I'm a bit of an optimist. Like I've just gone into things thinking, well, it might just be a good experience and it all kind of fell into place. But on the side of that, I have got the mindset of an athlete where I'm very routine and very rigid. I like the consistency of knowing what I'm going to eat and when, knowing that I'm training every day for my own reasons. I think we all have our reasons, don't we, apart from the career. And it's enjoyable. The career change moment for me was basically lockdown, I want to say. As soon as COVID-19 was coming in, I was at a bit of a crossroads. I just quit my big girl job and I was working as a freelance designer because I jumped from architecture to interior design. I was a commercial interior designer and then into graphic design and freelance designing in that sense. And I had YouTube running in the background since 2018. So 2018 to 2019, I started making a bit of money on YouTube, and I was being told by everybody watching me how good I was and how people needed to see it. And I'm shy and nervous. I have no idea how to film anything or do anything, and I had no clue. And it was just one of those forks in the road where it's I either put all my energy into this or I go back and I get myself more clients or another job or something.
How do you challenge that shy and nervousness for people watching and listening?
Can't say.
Did you have someone there that was maybe that you could pinpoint and go, that was that person, or?
No. My family and everybody was very unsure about social media as a job, as a full-time thing. But what I will say, and I think this is probably where I've found myself blessed in this world, is that I was offered so many opportunities I don't think I can even explain, because I was doing so little online and so badly. But then I was getting phone calls providing me with opportunities that I could not turn down because they were attached to like figures. And it would normally start with, hey Leah, so we saw you broke an unofficial Guinness World Record title on your YouTube channel. I would really like for you to do it for this Channel 5 TV show. Being a very shy person who did not want to be on TV, I was like, yeah, thank you, but no, I'm not interested. And they're like, we'll pay you. And I'm like, I'm listening. Talk to me. And I think just that mindset where you started to see what was attached to doing this really scary thing, but you'll get paid to do it and it'll progress you forward. That was the thing for me. I started to see those opportunities connected with a lifestyle that I'd not experienced before. And it just all added up.
You don't come across shy at all. I think you've, maybe the money must have outshone the...
It was more so, when you get, I'm 35, you get older and you start to realise that nothing matters and nobody cares. And the attachment that I had to my shyness was never in my character. I was always very self-confident, but not in the way that I looked, in the sense that I never wanted to be depicted on a video online. Never. Especially not eating. It's like the least attractive thing a woman can do, like stuffing food like I do into my face. So I just thought, this is not the way I want to depict myself. However, the older I get and the wiser I get, the more I realise that it's not that deep.
How hard do you find it in a very sort of male dominant sort of sport as a female when you first got into it?
Interestingly, I have always seen being a woman, or being myself actually, as just a blessing, because I think that I have always had an upper hand in everything I've ever done. And I don't know if it's the being a woman, being fairly racially ambiguous, speaking with a British accent and a very neutral one. I feel like this has all played very much in my favour. And whether it be I start out in competitive eating and I get underestimated and I'm able to show people what I'm able to do without talking too much, it's a really powerful thing to be able to do. So, I mean, I played rugby. I worked in architecture and in construction. Like, I know what it's like to be around a lot of men. And I feel like it's always been a really positive place for me personally, but it could just be because I don't want special treatment. I'm prepared to work. I'm prepared to prove myself. And it's always worked in my favour. So
self-belief,
but also I think that the environments I've always been around have always been very encouraging of my success. And I don't know if that's the credit of myself or the environments I was around, but I've never felt penalised. I've never felt like I was made to feel less than. If anything, it was like I've always been kind of held to a high standard, but also praised when it was due. So.
You do this full time now? This is your full time thing?
Yeah, 6 years.
So you have a way of doing it, and I'm sure you've done this purposely. I wonder if you can speak on it a little bit. Is where you make it like feminine it's not you shoving stuff in your face.
Yeah.
Usually, like you say, it's the beard guys and like truckers, and they're like shoving all stuff in your face, and you do it like in a feminine way. Have you done that on purpose?
Truthfully, I think I was just raised well.
Right.
The food goes into my mouth, and I don't think that I try too hard with it. It's a conscious thing. I do pace myself because I don't have to try too hard to eat quickly. That's my innate ability. So I guess that I have the upper hand in that. I don't have to try too hard to make it sort of very watchable. And I do get that feedback quite a lot, and I'm flattered by it, but it was not intentional at all.
So when you're eating, you're like, are you aware this is going to look disgusting and I'm going to make it like more girly or not?
No, I think that I see myself as disgusting, and other people are like, this is amazing. I'm like, is it? Am I? So I think the way that I view myself, certainly not how other people view me. And I've come to realise and accept and kind of stand back and go, I am going to be my worst critic, and other people are going to see me differently, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to see me in a much better light. So
that shows how strong you are as well. That's amazing for you. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Thank you. Back to the previous, it's not that serious and people do not care.
Talk to us about criticism, obviously, both of you as well, from the online world. How do you find that maybe talk about the first time you saw criticism? As you said, you've obviously always had that sort of support, but there is criticism out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No criticism will be harsher than my own or my mother's. So I feel like I have been conditioned from a very young age to understand that everybody will have an opinion, whether it be right or wrong, it doesn't matter. And I don't know whether you need to take it. So
it's the people around that matter to you, because you always say the same as well, don't you, Tom? You always say that, like, I'm not bothered what X, Y, Z says, but if it's my friends and that inner circle.
Yeah, I would be way more hurt by someone that I like, who I'm close with, than like a stranger.
I think the criticism comes under so many different guises. Like, sometimes it comes from a really good place where somebody is giving you pointers on how you can improve what you're doing. And other times it is just saying something to say something. And we have to decipher as creators and, I guess, athletes and people in the public eye whether it's even worth taking it on board. Because respectfully, you can listen to all of it, but you'll get driven crazy because we're just imperfect humans. Just trying to figure it out.
Right, little break in the podcast because we've got to talk about an extremely special prize from our partners at That Prize Guy. This is going to be unbelievable. You can become a millionaire. This is going to be a 12th millionaire that Prize Guy have. How do you say it? I've made? I don't know. They're giving away £1 million anyway. You can win it, mate. What are you going to do with the
$1 million. I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm loving all of it, mate. I think that's so we've already done 12 as well. Like, that's absolutely credit to him. £1 million though. I mean, where do you even start with that? I need some serious help, mate. That's
You got to buy a big gaff, haven't you?
Do you tell people?
Keep that one to yourself. Buy a big gaff in the middle of nowhere. Live your days out there. Get a swimming pool in. You can do all kinds with it. But August 30th, this is happening. Thatprizeguy.co.uk. If you've not, go and check it out now. But for now, we're heading back to the podcast. But please check out thatprizeguy.co.uk. Back to the podcast. Do you, just talking about the online stuff, you must get some like weird requests online.
Oh, my favourite.
Is that daily?
No, it's every day. It's all the time. It's every hour.
Oh my goodness.
Every hour on the hour. And that's on being a woman on the internet eating food.
Sure.
And it's so bizarre. But it has created a really amazing other world to what I do and a new opportunity of content creation that I didn't think that I would ever be able to be a part of or create. But I have a whole other Instagram account called The Shutters Inbox, which is just insane messages that I've received over the years from mainly men. I don't want to say all men, but mainly men.
But is that just to sort of create awareness and try and put a stop to it and sort of other women that are going through the journey, or?
Yeah, it's to create awareness. It's to show everybody what's part of this. Like, if you're going to put yourself in the firing line of people's DMs and...
But you laugh and joke about it, but I mean, like, there must be part of you where you go home and sort of think...
I'm writing a book
Okay.
I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book that is it's going to be this. It's literally the book of bullshit that I receive every day.
Does it not affect your mental health?
Not what people being insane, whether it be in person or online, it's nothing to do with me. This is now where I'm very into psychology and I'm very into the human brain and human behavior. And this is something that has created like a whole world of additional power to what I do online, because I understand that whatever somebody's weird little fantasy is has nothing to do with me.
That's a great way to look at it.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
it's
impressive.
amazing. Like,
Really impressive.
I'm only pushing you on it because I think it's empowering to hear. Because a lot of people, you know, we've had people in here that have been affected by it, and it's, you know, there's a lot of pressure on you every day with that. It's sort of in the chaos of it all, and for you to be able to go, no, that's what I'm dealing with. Is that from? Have you spoken to someone before? If you don't mind me asking, with therapy and stuff like that, or
No, I've monetized it.
no? But like in the sense of how you deal with comments and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, so
Because you seem, I'm talking about you personally. You just seem very like that's their issue. That's going on. Which,
I've detached myself very much from it because at the start of my career doing this, like I said, I was very shy. I was very I had insecurities that fell beyond what you'd probably see on camera, because I am very confident on camera. And I started to receive messages which were like untoward, like weird messages from weird people with requests and comments and things. And I used to keep it secret, and it created a bit of a burden. And I thought, why am I bottling this up? Like, why am I taking this on as if it's my responsibility to cope with other people's isms? I'm not prepared to do it. So I started sharing it on my stories and online, and it received such great response because I think that we're not completely privy to what other people go through, because people are embarrassed by it, or they don't share it because they think, God forbid. And I just think, listen, if I'm going to have to experience this, all of you are going to experience this with me, and we're going to do this together. And this is all that it is. And I've come to terms with the fact over years of dealing with it that this is not a me thing. This is weird people being weird online. And yeah, I'm not a victim, like on any level. So I put myself in the public eye. I get my repercussions, but in turn, I've delivered them back. So in my ethos is actions, consequences. Everything you do has an effect. So my effect of putting myself online is that I get weird messages. The weird messages get put back online because that's their consequence. And I do also get people hit back at me going, what about their mental health? They should have thought about that before sending me a message.
100%.
Yeah. It is just,
What about yours, yeah.
Do you name and shame them? Oh, no.
Sometimes, if I feel like it. Yeah. If it has grounds for naming, I will 100% do it. I've given people ample opportunity. I've said, this is going to be published in a book. So if you are cheating on your partner, or if you are doing something weird that you shouldn't be doing, or you don't want to lose your job, you better delete your messages, because I will be going through all of them. There are thousands of them.
We love the deep chats on it, but everyone that's going to be watching this especially is going to want to see what the trick is to you being a competitive eater. And we've agreed on donuts. Right, this is an interesting section of the inner game. Never thought we'd be eating donuts,
This
mate.
is great.
But Leah, first of all, before we get stuck in, is there a technique with donuts especially, or?
I will say buy them fresh, because it'll definitely be
I'm sorry,
easier.
I bought them last night.
You're all good. You're all good. If they're fresh, they're easier to eat. Obviously, not knowing what we have here or how the consistency is going to be, my advice to you two is to take smaller bites and actually swallow the bites, because what I find that people do is they try and fit as much as they can in their mouth and they won't be able to swallow it. So best advice is, if you're starting out with speed eating, is smaller bites, be consistent, be quick, and just swallow as you go along. Me personally, I can swallow big bites, so I tend to just go in and I don't know, I guess I would just hope for the best.
You're not enjoying it, really? Because I feel like I'm like a notoriously slow eater. So when I go for food with someone, I'm like talking the whole time. They've finished.
Yeah.
And I've just still got loads left. I
So
do it every time.
I'm the opposite but the same. So because I know I'm such a fast eater, I will talk a lot whilst
Consciously.
consciously.
Right, got it.
Well, what's your record on a donut before we get stuck in?
So a original glazed donut, I will do, or I have done. I want to say that I did 12 in under a minute. So
could we have a Guinness World Record for just one donut?
Well, not this one.
No.
Not this one. I'm feeling this.
Pathetic.
I'm feeling this is like a baguette.
Right, Steve's going to count us in, and then we're going to go for it. Apologies to people listening to this, because it's probably what's going on here?
Oh, you may need some water.
We need guidance here.
I'm trying to enjoy
okay,
this. This
so
is like, go on.
more tips.
Yeah.
Liquid will always help, but it will slow you down. So if you're able to take smaller bites, you can swallow them without liquid. But if you take bigger bites or have a lot in your mouth, liquid will help you get it down.
Right, okay. And Steve's going to count us in. But yeah, apologies.
It's basically a race between, because we know Leah's going to win, but it's who's going to come second.
I just want to enjoy it. It looks really nice. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Jesus, Leah. I've only had like one bite this minute.
That's unbelievable. Give us some commentary there whilst we're doing this.
I would like to see a bit more effort from both of you, in all honesty. Oh, we're doing it. I think they've both done the thing I told them not to do, which is take loads of bites and just have it in their mouth. So Tom just has a mouthful of donut to swallow, which is going to be the tough part. Nice. First one to finish. First one and empty mouth. It's looking very intense here today. There's something massively unsexy about eating food fast.
That was an experience.
Was it an experience? Did you enjoy it?
I finished. He did the last bit at the end because he was lucky, so you were looking.
Trying to impress her.
I know. That was, I mean, we'd need an action replay of that, but I just caught an Ivy doing it, and it's just...
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had like one bite and you nearly finished. It was outrageous.
There's a lot of misconception, I guess, with it from my side. So I don't know how well I'm doing often until I watch back footage. And I do look way more composed than I feel on the inside, always.
Because you're in that sort of chaos, are you just trying to control yourself on just taking it easy, and what's kind of going through your head, do you reckon?
All that's going through my mind is, you've done this a million times before, you'll be fine. And again, the same advice I give to other people, I take myself. So it's more bites and then just keep swallowing as you go along.
What's like the level of anticipation before competition?
You're probably the same, but I get some major performance anxiety.
Yeah, but does that not affect your eating?
It
must do.
I think it did.
Because I actually feel physically sick before I fight. I'm like, I could throw up.
I've been there. I've had mornings where I've had big shoots for TV or anything external. I'm breaking a world record with Guinness World Records. I get my stomach's in knots. But I just know that the minute that I'm sat down, I've done this a million times before, you clear your mind of everything. You're in a familiar environment. I've been eating for 35 years of my life. This is not a new thing. And I just think whatever happens, happens at this point. You do your prep, you tick all the boxes, you turn up on time. All you've got to do is just the thing.
Can I ask you about the aftermath? And I know that's, you don't have to answer it because I know that's you are a woman. I'm
sure your dad said something about that.
I don't want to feel like put you on the spot. So if you answer something and you want cutting it out, you just let us know. But what is the aftermath in terms of, surely if you're eating meat, you've got to be sweating. Like, you've got to do the meat sweats. You've got to be, are you throwing up after?
No, this is an interesting thing about competitive eating. No, so competitive eating to me is the innate ability to eat lots of food, especially fast. I have an ability to eat a lot of food in one sitting. So for me, it wouldn't be the same as for everybody else. Meat sweats is an interesting one because I don't feel like I've experienced it. And I've eaten a 96-ounce steak.
What?
And
What?
I breathe
96 ounce?
13 minutes, by the way.
Good.
That's unreal.
So I think, again, I'll fall back on the fact that I am not normal and my body doesn't respond maybe like a normal person's would. which I'm grateful for, but it's very confusing.
Have you trained for that though? Is that like, is your body, because surely over time, or have you just, I was just trying to understand it, how like your body's been like, right, this is it. Is there someone in your family that you've sort of, that is similar? Like how, but if you think about it in any sport, there's always like an aspect of it. Obviously you don't just become a champion overnight. Obviously you've had to do repetition and training, so your body's got used to it.
That's interesting. I don't know that it's the same as a sport or a skill. I think I came into this world very randomly, and there was no thought of social media. It was 2013. I'd competed and dieted for 20 weeks for a bikini show. And during my prep, my diet, my older brother would go to this local restaurant and attempt a food challenge. And 10 weeks consecutively, he failed this same burger challenge. And he'd come home and I'm depleted and I'm thinking, tell me about the burger, like describe the flavours to me. And he would tell me about this challenge. And when I finished my show, we went to this restaurant and I attempted a dessert challenge I did, not knowing that I was able to do what I do, having no idea that I was capable of what I was capable of, especially off the back of a long diet. And I smashed this challenge in like 6 minutes with cutlery, no mess. The manager came over. I had more accolade for beating that challenge than I ever did for having a degree or doing a bodybuilding show. Like, I didn't ever realise what kind of a world this was, but Man vs. Food was very big and everybody was all about the food challenges. So off the back of that, I just knew I was able to do this thing and I did nothing about it because I was very shy and not on social media. And then every single time I did a food challenge, I got better and knew more and did more, and the word got around. And I'm the only Leah Shutkever in the world, and I was very easy to find. So
you're, I know you've touched on it a few times. What kind of training do you do these days?
Like a push-pull legs,
right?
Very generic stuff.
Okay, cardio or no?
Cardio when I need to. So there are food challenges that give me a bit of a hangover, and it just makes me
feel... You just like flush it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like, if you imagine Christmas Day and everybody's thinking, right, I've got to go for that walk, that's how it feels. It just feels like I want to be active because I know I'm going to be eating lots of food. And then afterwards, it's better to stay active and then just try and utilise as many of those calories as you can. But your body will not ingest all of the calories. This is something that I will say. It's kind of pointless, but it's just for show. It's just entertainment. So
you're literally doing like it's like more vanity stuff, like you're just training to look good, basically.
Oh yeah, since forever.
Okay, good.
Since I'm not trying to win any shows.
Yeah, got it. But you're so you're not like doing the cardio all the time or anything like that. It's just you're just into lifting weights. And
I think that my only aim and goal is, so I had an identity before this job, and my identity was I was a gym girl. I had a career back before, but I want to continue that identity because I don't want to lose myself in what I do. I'd rather maintain who I am and also do what I do. Yeah. And which is why You Don't Look Like a Competitive Eater is so amazing to me, because if I can maintain what I've got, happy days.
So you don't feel like there's a passion there that you're like, I want to go and educate people on competitive eating and get the word out. It's more, you're very much focused on you as a business and you within yourself.
Truthfully, I feel like I'm more focused on enjoying myself. As much as I sound very money driven, I'm not. I'm very fulfillment driven and very progress driven. So if I'm in the gym and I'm progressing, I'm happy. If I'm in work and I'm progressing, I'm happy. If I'm having these conversations and it's having some kind of an impact on people's mentality and motivation, I'm happy. But I don't know that I'm particularly trying to do anything apart from just...
Would you say food is your main passion though?
Not my main passion, it's one of them. I would say that my brain is like separated nicely between all of the things that I find really interesting and fulfilling. But food and fitness is definitely two of them.
Do you enjoy what we just did there? Is there a sense of enjoyment with food? Because I'll be honest, like what you were saying about eating food slowly and enjoying it like that. Do you when you do challenges now, do you still enjoy them?
Yeah.
You do?
You know, I enjoy good food. I'm a foodie and I grew up around a lot of people that very much respected food. it was never just eating for the sake of eating and eating large amounts for the sake of eating large amounts. I was very fortunate to grow up in a household where we cooked and ate respectively. Everybody did their own thing, and we all kind of had the skills, you know, to create some beautiful food. So I guess for me, the passion in food is the love of the people who are making it.
I like that.
And the thing that people don't really understand when it comes to food challenges, and why people will probably connect with your day in the life eating videos as much, is because food and eating is the one commonality we all have, because we all eat. And also it's really intimate. Like, you eat food with the people you love the most since a very young age. And it's the thing that connects a lot of people as well. So that's where I enjoy food. I enjoy the connection you have with people, the understanding, the sharing. Believe it or not, I share. I must sometimes.
If you used to go for a meal with someone, are people like looking at you like, is that it?
Yes.
That annoys you? That makes you uneasy?
What makes me uneasy is that people are waiting for me to do something like...
It's like, just let me eat, man.
I'm just a normal...
That's a bit like yourself, though, with like going out and being around. People are like, oh, there he is, the big heavyweight. Like, we're expecting you to be this scary. No, just in your profession as well, like the big sort of scary man that people are going to meet. I see that being around him. It's kind of a similar thing. You sort of expect, and then he's friendly, takes a picture and the rest of it. It must be a weird feeling.
I get used to it. But yeah, it's just like, I get asked it, like, if I go anywhere, people are like, oh my God, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, I'm in Tesco getting some fucking bread, same as you. Like, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'm not doing anything any different to anybody. And I get it everywhere I go. Like, I got it recently. The other day I was like walking my dog with my kids. Like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, fucking, what do you think?
Yeah.
Walking my dog with my kids, same as you.
I live in a little town as well, and people are like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live here. They're like, no, you don't.
Yes.
Like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's the social media of it all. It's the parasocialness of it all. You're almost, in a weird way, put in a world that isn't the same world as everybody else is living. And in a way, it's not. In a way, it really isn't. We have very different experiences to other people. And I very reluctantly put myself in the same place as you, because I don't think that it's kind of the same. I feel like yours is more on a level of celebrity sports person, and mine is more in, like, I don't want to say influencer, but a content creator level. So it's very different, but I guess the parasocialness of it is the same.
No, but I know when we're lucky enough to have some people on this podcast who are like way more popular than me. And but they say the same, don't they? They were saying it the other day when we had a couple of guys on. It's just like, they're just regular people, really. We're just trying to do good. It's nothing. But like you say, you see people on social media, on TV and whatever, and you're like, oh, they're different. But ultimately, they're not.
They're not.
But you as the competitive eater, I mean, you're one of the best. And obviously, we've spoken about all the records, but we have to find out, when's it gone wrong and how wrong has it gone?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen in a challenge?
I'll tell you. Many moons ago, oh God, I was booked to do a job in Japan, and I was flown out for 3 days. And it was all very unclear what we were doing. I landed, I had a meeting with production, and long story short, the set was an underground British pub in Japan, no idea where. I was going up against 4 men, 2 ex-professional sportsmen and 2 comedians. And we were going to be eating giant versions of British food. And it was all on this big platter. Now, this platter was probably somewhere around 5 kilos, or like 10 pounds of food. There's a lot on the plate. And it was a very small room, very stuffy. Each one of us had our own cameraman, lights everywhere, runners everywhere. There's loads of people in this room. And on the run up to the day, obviously I'm fasted, go into hair and makeup, get everything done. They take us into this space. And it gets very hot very quickly. And they give us these tiny little thimble glasses of water. And they just said, as you need water, we will give it to you, as opposed to just giving you lots. And I'm eating this food, and I'm miles ahead of everybody. And I'm thinking, they just said, when you're done, just finished, you're done. I thought, this is fine. I'm miles ahead. I'm hating the food, hating it. It's the worst. It's the worst reality for a food challenge I could ever have faced in that moment. I was thinking, give me Japanese food. Like, give me sushi. Don't give me this. And I just slow myself down. And then they start playing games where they're like, we're going to take one bite each down the line. But my competitors are like getting up, going to the toilet, coming back whilst I'm eating basically all this food. I get down to a Cornish pasty. I am not a fan. I do not like food that was popularised in the Victorian era. It was just never my thing. I am hating my life thinking, if this can just finish now, I'll be happy. So I said to my translator, I said, I'm done. So I'm done. These guys are obviously not taking it seriously because they're getting up and sitting down and whatever. I've clearly won because they barely touched any of the food. And they just kept insisting we play these games. And then all of a sudden I wake up and the lights are off and everyone's gone and the room's dark. And I passed out because I'd eaten so much and there was no air in the space. And I was taken to A&E and they did all my vitals, all my bloods. And they said, you've come back perfect. And the only thing we can think of that's happened is that when you eat a lot of food, all of the oxygen from your body goes into your stomach to digest. So you passed out because of the lack of oxygen. And that is where it can go.
Oh my God. Just describing that story like with a load of strangers in a sweaty room when I'm dead full. It sounds like my absolute worst nightmare.
On my own in Japan.
Oh my God.
I literally woke up on the floor under this table. And I was just like, what is happening?
I didn't even know that was possible, did you? Passing out because you're so full.
Yeah.
Did you question at that point after you've done something like that, you thinking, I want to keep going or?
I don't think I had the option. I was at that point not feeling great, as you can imagine.
Sorry, I meant like, as in like with your career.
In my career?
Forward. Yeah.
No, I would never put myself in that position anyway. All that did for me as a person, this is probably like great learning, is that you have to use your discernment. When you're walking into a space where you're signing a contract or doing a job or being paid to do something, you need to know what you're doing, be very clear on your boundaries, know who you are, know your limits. I didn't know any of that stuff back then. I was a bit of a yes man at the start of my career where as long as I was being paid, it was okay. But now I will happily say no. I need information up front. Tell me what I'm doing and where so I can be prepared, so I know what to expect. And it will never happen again. So no, if anything, it was a bit embarrassing. And I thought, how am I going to recover from this? But on my own terms, everything just goes amazingly well. And yeah, life lesson. Big
Love
one.
it. And going forward into the future, one question that we always ask is obviously there's the classic, what would you say to a younger Leah? But what would you say to your future self? What's there to come? And what would you say to future Leah?
That's a really good question.
It always throws people off this one, doesn't it?
My future self. Probably just good work. Oh, well done. Good on you. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now because I can't imagine any eventuality where I won't just be looking back thinking, I can't believe I did all that stuff. I can't believe we're here. But yeah, that.
I love that. I feel like today we've sort of, I don't know, you've got such a, you're saying about you feel shy and it maybe sometimes insecurities, but that kind of go-getting and going out there, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very niche.
Learned a lot.
It's very niche, isn't it, what you've done? Like it's very... to be like an architect, self-admittedly very shy, and then being like a full-time content creator / eater. It's impressive, really impressive.
It's just, you can have all the plans, but at the end, God decides is what my mum says. And I do agree with that. I just think we've all got our path. It's never going to look how you think it's going to look. It's just about going with it, going with the flow.
Our final question, which we always ask, which is to do with the inner game, is obviously when the pressure is at your highest for you, Leah, what is going on inside your mind?
Panic, sheer panic. But I'm so calm on the outside, always. that nobody will ever see it. And I guess it's a good thing, but people always say to me, you look so confident up there, like how do you do it? Honestly, there's no cheat sheet to that. I think we all go through the same motions and we all feel the anxiety and the insecurities about the thing that you're about to do. But it's about just sucking it up and doing the thing.
Do you thrive in the panic?
No, I want to be calm.
Tom always says, you say that obviously is a bit of a...
I do. I mean, I have that a lot. It's like people say, oh, you're so calm, you're so laid back. Like, and I just don't feel it at all. I feel like I'm panicking. But in a way, I do feel like that I've become accustomed to that. I think when you have to take your shirt off and fight in front of millions of people, it does give you a sense of calm, like, what's the worst that can happen here?
I mean...
Well, you can nearly get your eyes poked out or get knocked out. But once you've done that, it is a bit like, it's not going to be that bad.
It's never that bad. It's never as bad.
It might be that bad, though. I don't know. Life just throws stuff at you sometimes, doesn't it?
It does, and it just redirects. I just feel like no matter how you're feeling in a moment, you're obviously there to do a job. Similarly to Tom, you know that routine, you know what you're there to do, and no matter how you feel, you're going to have to get through it. Yeah. And there's like a really amazing quote that's something like, don't worry because why suffer twice? And I get that. We do put ourselves in a position where there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of watching eyes, wanting you to do well or not. And it's just taking yourself out of all of it and just doing the thing that you're good at doing.
Yeah, well, I think that's the reason why we like to ask, because there's a lot of people who will be watching this or listening to it who think, how do they do it? And I think it's important sometimes to be like, we just feel the same as everybody else, but you just got to crack on with it.
I can't believe that's the takeaway from today. We're just normal people.
And also to have small bites on a donut.
Small bites on a donut.
Yeah. Thank you so much, though, Leah. Please give a shout out for your channels. Where can we find you?
I am the only Leah Shutkever in the world. So if you search my name into Google, you'll get all of my socials. I will haunt you forever.
That has been Leah Shutkever, The Inner Game. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Next time, Simon Squibb.
I think we learn a lot more from failure than success. Pain is where your purpose lives. I met someone the other day who loves fishing. How can you make money out of fishing? It's all you need to really ask yourself. I think you should just enjoy your work and you should follow what interests you. Entrepreneurship, to me, everyone has that muscle in their brain. It should allow you to have an idea in your head and make it real. The reason I do the content, it makes me happy. I feel like I have a place in the world. I'm being useful, I'm being seen, I can contribute, I can make my son proud. The question we should be asking young people is not what will they do when they grow up, but what problem do you want to solve? And the reason is it opens up your mind.